Hello, everybody. Hello. It's Friday, and you know what that means. Time to shoot Brian Kilmeade out of a cannon. Not really. Let's just welcome tonight's guests. If she can't say anything nice about somebody, she'll say it anyway. Co-host of The Bottom Line on Fox Business, Dagan McDowell. He might be Canadian, but he's not just blowing smoke. Entrepreneur and Shark Tank host Kevin O'Leary. He's yanked more cranks than Stormy Daniels. Comedian Jim Florentine. And finally, she's always scathing, but rarely bathing. Fox News contributor Kat Tiff. All right, thank you for the applause. It's meant for me. Now, before we get to some news stories, it is Friday, so let's do this.
Greg's Leftovers.
Yep, it's Leftovers, where I read the jokes we didn't use this week. And as always, it's my first time reading them. So if they suck, don't blame me. Blame the writer we cover in Red Ants after the show. Here we go. Smoke from Canadian wildfires created hazy skies and unhealthy air quality in New York City this week. Visibility in Times Square was so bad, New Yorkers had to urinate by feel. According to climate activists, breathing the air in New York for 24 hours is like smoking 6 cigarettes, or as my Aunt Edna calls it, breakfast. They even have stock photos for really old people.
Why did you look at me?
No, I was just thinking about... I was thinking that Joe Biden would be a great stock photo for like that. You know what I mean? Okay. Speaking of fire, earlier this week, fire crews in New Jersey completely contained 2 major forest fires that caused evacuations. But residents were heartbroken when they were told they could return to their homes. That's so funny. Pete Davidson and PETA are feuding after the group called him out for buying a puppy from a pet store. Of course, they already hated him anyway because he slings a lot of meat. For you kids at home, it's best not to know what that means. Red Sox pitcher Matt Dermody pitched Thursday, which was just under 2 years to the day since he posted a tweet that said homosexuals will go to hell. When asked about the tweet, Dermody said, "I wasn't referring to gay people. I was obviously referring to New York Yankee fans." In a new interview, Arnold Schwarzenegger said he believes that heaven is just a fantasy. He didn't elaborate if it's a bad fantasy like Conan the Destroyer or a good fantasy like banging your maid. Earlier this week, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie announced that he will be running for president in 2024. Yeah, I know, it's good that he's running. After the announcement, which was made at a campaign event in New Hampshire, he got a 5-minute standing ovation, and that was just from the caterers. Earlier this week, former VP Mike Pence also announced his run for president. So people who thought they heard the last from Mike Pence will have to wait for his announcement that he's dropping out. Poor guy. Last week, the California Highway Patrol got into a high-speed chase with a Toyota Prius. I know, who needs a punchline? Unfortunately, the Prius got away because the police car got too far ahead. Apple announced this week that the new iPhone update will stop auto-correcting swear words, which is great news for the millions of Fox viewers who send texts to Jesse Waters. And finally, a bar in Australia has apologized after offering free drinks based on bra size. Apparently, the promotion went south after a recent patron nearly caused them to declare bankruptcy. Had to work. Most famous Canadian, besides you, Kevin. Now on to some news. They want to burn one at the stake while the other is barely awake. Is Biden's justice system unequal, as his underpants are mostly fecal? I know, disgusting. I feel the same way. I'm going to write a letter to the show. Within the span of just 2 hours yesterday, big news broke for former President Trump and fake President Biden. After 5 p.m., Fox Digital reported Biden scored a $5 million Ukrainian payday. Democrats say it's misleading because candy bars cost more there. Ooh. Even that one hurt me. Because, you know, payday is it's a candy bar. I got it. An FBI document reportedly details how an executive at Hunter's oil company paid him the alleged bribe, which explains how Joe's able to afford Depends in bulk. Here's how Joe responded.
The bribery allegation, Congresswoman Nancy Mace says there's damning evidence in the FBI file that you sold out the country. Do you have a response to the congressional Republicans?
Where's the money? I'm joking.
Mr. President,
It's a bunch of malarkey.
Yes, a bunch of malarkey. Malarkey, of course, is Joe's way of showing he's hip with the kids. And where's the money? Good question. Maybe he has 9 of your relatives who also receive foreign income. You know, I'd say follow the money, but I fear I would end up inside Hunter's rectum. Yeah. Hannity and I fought over that joke. So right after that Biden news, conveniently, just 2 hours later, Trump gets indicted for the 1,000th time. The Biden administration is calling it Operation Change the Subject. He's facing seven federal charges in a classified documents probe. A defiant Trump called it election interference at the highest level. I wonder if he thinks our country is going to hell.
Our country is going to hell, and they come after Donald Trump, weaponizing the Justice Department, weaponizing the FBI. We can't let this continue to go on because it's ripping our country to shreds.
I would agree, but I don't want to be called a terrorist or get audited. So how is Trump handling the news otherwise? With a round of golf at his sumptuous Bedminster Golf Club. Look at all those caddies. Holy crap. Mr. President, next time, shoot me an invite. So it's a tale of 2 presidents and 2 different treatments. One gets persecuted for alleged process violations, and another gets ignored for influence peddling, potentially bribery, and lacking a functioning brain. What's Joe got to say?
Come on. What is it today? Crimes, all right. Look, doesn't matter what Joe did, all right? Because you always remember, Orange Man, bad. Joe might have done a little bad. Orange Man did more bad. That's all you remember. 5 million here, 5 million there. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Ukraine cash. No, don't break me off. I mean, what I'm saying is I didn't do any of that. Oh, hell, everybody knows what I did, but no mean tweets.
Dagan. There's some process charges and some espionage charges. What do you make of all this?
Well, I'll focus on Biden, because if Biden is, it kind of looks like he's sicking his Justice Department on his chief political rival. Is it too much to ask that he actually then act like a tyrannical despot if he's going to use the powers of his office to go after a political opponent? Like, instead we get this like smirking, clumsy cone licker. Yeah, like, you think all the ice cream he's eating, at least he would look like Kim Jong-un, like a refrigerator made of pudding.
Yeah.
And or like, he needs to don like a Putinian dictator stance. Have a demonic laugh. Instead, he's coughing all the time, shuffling around like he's wearing bedroom shoes. And you look at him and go, man needs some Fosamax. Doesn't look like that he would do what we think he did to.
That's why he got elected. This is potentially even more divisive than anything he's done before. Kevin, what do you make of this?
So, just to set the table, there's never been a president that's been indicted before, not twice, not once.
Yeah.
And you have to murder somebody to have this happen, because presidents get passes, because it's not in the public interest to go back and chop the office to pieces.
Yeah.
This is a different ballgame. I love presidential politics. I absolutely love this stuff. And it's better than football. My question, because I'm a follow-the-money guy, is what does this do for fundraising? Now, 20 years ago, it would really matter what Wall Street thinks, because the way these presidential guys would go is they'd come up to Boston and up to New York and say, look, you got to give my campaign X dollars out of your firm. The firm didn't do it, but the partners would. They made sure they gave the Dems the same amount they gave Reds and blue are equal. That's how it worked. And then your investors call you up and say, hey, are you supporting one party or the other? You say, no, we're right in the middle.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as much anymore. The Wall Street dudes don't matter because most of the money's raised online, 20 bucks at a time. So my thinking on this, just, in the debate we're having this morning about it, this is going to motivate people so much. I don't care whether you're on the Biden, potential subpoena deal or you're Trump getting your 15th indictment or whatever it is, I stopped counting. This gets people really motivated.
Yeah.
So I bet you the cash is coming in like crazy. And Wall Street doesn't matter anymore because the Wall Street guys, the ones I talked to this morning, are saying, what? Treason? Whoa.
Yeah.
Not so easy to work with.
Right, exactly. It says, I think you're right. I think there's they were hoping to exhaust Trump supporters, Jim, but I think they've actually re-energized them because it fulfills everything Trump says about being persecuted, being a target, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, it's just a coincidence, I think, that they both came down on the same day.
Yeah.
As soon as they announced the Biden stuff, the bribery stuff, all of a sudden the Trump stuff came 2 hours later. They couldn't have done it today. Yeah. They had to do it. It's just a weird coincidence.
I know, yeah.
But, I mean, you got to think that Biden with the bribery and then Trump with this going on, and they're both leading candidates in their parties.
Yeah.
Like DeSantis has got to be like, I got to go rob a bank so my poll numbers go up. Do you realize that in 2024 on the presidential debate stage, both guys could be wearing ankle bracelets?
Yes.
It could possibly happen. It's possible.
The guy with the most indictments wins. I mean, it could be that way. How many indictments does it take to win?
Exactly.
I know. That's true. Trump's in the lead right now, but Biden could be coming up soon. Who knows?
Exactly. I think we've redefined the presidential politics. Right. I'm all for it.
Because Trump's way ahead in the polls and indictments right now, but you never know. Biden could come and
pull it out. He could pull it out. Well, Hunter could anyway.
He never pulls out, Hunter.
Yeah. Yes, he should have pulled out once. I'm sorry about that. We have women here. Disgusting. So, Kat, the Democrats last week. Democrats were saying if nothing's done at the debt ceiling, there will be violence in the streets. They always said there's going to be violence or the Supreme Court. Go to the Supreme. But then they do stuff like this, which is actually could really inflame a bunch of voters because really when they're going after Trump, they're going after the voters. He's just kind of a proxy in a way.
Well, I mean, they're going after Trump. And I also think when you say things have changed in terms of indictments, everything has changed, right? Yeah. I mean, the Espionage Act charges, I think the Espionage Act is bad. It has can be used and has historically been used to stifle dissent in this country. And we're now at a point where Republicans are going to like me for saying that, which I did not see coming. Yeah. Whenever I said it about Julian Assange, for example, people would say, you're a traitor, go to hell, you bitch, and stuff like that.
And that was from Brett Baer.
Yeah, right. No, Brett's cool now. He had me on once, and I did so well that I'm sure I'll be guest hosting at any time. But it's everything. All the rules that are supposed to exist, they don't anymore. And I think that at this point, a lot of people probably have corruption and scandal fatigue because it is just dueling scandals. And it's usually not in the same day, but that was a wild ride.
I think they are hoping to exhaust the MAGA, but it's impossible because it's actually they're mistaking they're mistaking gasoline for exhaustion. They're just filling the tank. The more you go after Trump, he just gets more energy.
We're not finished with indictments yet. We have the Atlanta voting stuff coming.
Right.
And so by then, it's not even going to be news.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody's forgotten that Trump got impeached, too.
Yeah.
That's old, boring news.
Yes.
New indictments. I mean, look, it's serious stuff, but okay, more indictments. I mean, it's very, very weird.
It is.
Why do you think that there's so many Republican candidates running for the nomination? So some of them clearly, they're all trying to be good guys and gals, but some of them are clearly thinking Trump's not going to be on the field anymore.
Yeah, why else would they be jumping in?
Right. Chris Christie, please.
Yeah.
Come on.
And when he jumps in, oh man.
Cannonball!
All right. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.